Hey everybody, hopefully you can hear this, otherwise I'm going to be doing this for nothing. So it's been a while since I put a video on. I'm just heading home from work today. So, I mean, I got a bunch of excuses to tell you, of course. Like one, I've been working a lot of overtime. And two, I'm just freaking lazy. No, so anyways, like the whole thing is you know, we were still talking about oh, what the hell, we were talking about like how people judge and everything like that, profiling and stuff like that, and different types of profiling. I'm sorry about that light in the background, by the way. If I don't have the truck light on, you can't see me. I kind of did a couple tests and they were pretty bad. So as far as profiling goes, like we were gonna just do a topic a week, but it seems like that topic seemed to stick, and now we seem to get a lot more people, especially about profiling, actually commenting on stuff. So I did sign that page with whoever watches this. Go ahead and let me know if you think a group would be better, because I'll actually shut down the group. It seems like that page is being a problem. It definitely strikes me more as like a business type thing, and it's not a business. This is a vlog or blog for anybody that wants it. Like I said, The Voice. We called it Ducky's Quacks because, like I put on that last video, literally I've only done 2 videos, which is pretty bad, but the last video I actually put on that you know, if you had a name for it, go ahead and let me know. And nobody commented but one person, and that person was actually my mother, who just said that it'd be funny because we're talking about, you know, voices, and the duck's voice is quacking and I'm Ducky. So that's pretty funny, and we went ahead and did something like that. If you have a different name, especially if I do change it to group, go ahead and let me know. But I'm not going to change the name if I'm not changing it to group. I just feel like group might be a little better for everybody. I mean, one thing with it specifically is visiting posts. You actually have to go into visitors' posts unless they comment on the video and stuff. So like my wife commented, she actually made a video, and her video was about profiling as far as like good parent, bad parent, because people definitely act like you're such a bad parent all the time with like specific things. And I agree with her. Like, you know, we go to the store, I drive a truck, or like all right, for one example, like we were at the gun range because I love going shooting, and anybody that doesn't, that's fine, but it's a blast, you know. God forbid I ever need a gun, but literally I love to go out and shoot them, so I own a few. And the thing is you know, Zach was in my arms and everything too. Like, it's not like I handed him a gun. He's 2.5 years old. I'm not gonna do that. You know, he can't even hold one up. I hand them to him all the time, but they're unloaded and it's just at home. You know, I want him to learn gun safety and everything now as well. But like, I'm teaching him that. I'm teaching him how all that stuff works. I don't need somebody to tell me that that's not allowed. I don't give a shit whether it's legal. That's bullshit. I'm his guardian, and I want to get him into guns now. How dare anybody tell me anything like that? And I literally had this old guy come up and tell me that I was such a bad father, and he cannot do that or I will have to leave the range. And this was in North Dakota, so don't worry, it's not here. I really enjoy the range at Rocky Mountain Gun Club here. If you're from Junction area, then you know it. If not, check it out, man. It's awesome. But I mean, it's a little pricey. I'm not going to say it's not, because it is. But you really got to estimate the difference between that price and going all the way out to the free range or a BLM area you can shoot legally anyways. If you're doing it illegally, I don't really want to know. You know, we won't get into that or anything. If you're doing it legally but you have your own property, well, that's awesome too. And, you know, good for you, because that would be the best way to do it in my opinion. But I don't have my own property. So, I mean, there's that. Oh man, that was a sexy car. I'm not even sure what that was, but that was a custom coupe, and it was a Ford. So if you're watching this in Junction and you own the white custom coupe with look like the black top, wow, you did a great job. But other than that, you know, one thing too about as far as profiling parents, is my wife's right. I mean, if your kid freaks out at all, my kid's 2.5, man. He cries, he throws fits. When I tell him no, he freaking throws a fit. Weird, right? I bet you your kid does too if they're that age. You know what? My sister's fucking 19 years old and she throws fits. It's a little more than she should. But the fact is, when my mom tells her no, she throws a fit. And you know what? It's gonna happen. That's what happens. Get over it. You know, you're the bad people. You're the bad parents that sit there and act like that never happens. And that's such a sin. Screw you people. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you guys. You guys are bad people. And you're not very nice at all either. And that's ridiculous. Like, my wife and I are as good parents as we can be. And we try very hard. And my kid's 2 years old. He can have full conversations with you. He's smarter than most kids out there. You know what? Even if he wasn't. The fact of the matter is like, how can anybody get on us for something like that? For disciplining him with throwing a fit? It's not like we're beating his ass or anything like that. But the fact is people do. You know, like, I have a buddy, John. I'm not going to mention last names, like I said, unless people are okay with that. But I have a buddy, John, and he is a truck driver, and I'm sure he might be watching this. And, I mean, John knows all about a kid throwing a fit because they were told no. He's a great parent. I mean, he's out on the road all the time, which kind of really sucks for him. And I'm telling you, man, if you hear me, you should come back to town. You make less money, but, man, it is worth it. It is so worth it. But that's the whole thing, is I came back to town to make less money. I gave up a lot more money than I make now. But you know what? I love my life now. The only thing is, like I said, these videos aren't happening very easy. And I'm going to make a solid commitment to at least once every other day. It's just once a day. I feel like nobody wants to hear me talk once a day. That's ridiculous. You know, I talk all day on my job, which, once again, I'm not going to mention that either. Most of you probably know what it is already. One day I'm sure it'll get brought up, but I think I can get fired for that, so I'm not gonna go ahead and bring that up. Just because it's a secured building and a secured company, I can't really mention details on it that I know of. I don't know, I might be able to. I'm just not willing to risk that yet because I'm in line for a promotion, and that's some good news. So all you profiles out there, I got pink hair and I'm some fun kid, right? But I'm on line for promotion. I've only been there for almost 4 months. Not quite, but almost. And I'm one of the better guys on my team and everything too. And if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. You're on my team. Yeah, we're doing good, man. We'll get top team this month, I'm sure. Probably not, but we're gonna try. Anybody else though, I mean, like, you know, like I was saying with the profiling and everything like that, there's more to that. You know, one thing I do want to mention is when I went to jail, I went and took care of that warrant, by the way, whether it was by choice or not. And there was these 2 older ladies, and I mean, they were awesome. I mean, I'm talking quite a bit older, like my grandma's age, around 70s. And they were great. I had pink hair and everything, and they didn't profile me for being a criminal. I was in there to take care of a warrant. And I mean, one even was like, well, you know, stuff happens as long as you get your life back on track. And you know what? She's right. It does happen. I was getting really frustrated with it, but the fact of the matter is I'm not going to get frustrated. Like, there's no point for me to get frustrated over it. There's nothing I can do. What I can do, though, is just take care of it. Hold on one sec. Okay, cool. Sorry, I got to get over. Oh, and if you can see in front of me, this car just cut somebody off bad. So, I mean, one thing, though, is, like, that's bull, you know? Like, how... You know, I'm in line for promotion and everything. Those old ladies were great. You know, they just were like, yeah, stuff happens. And they're right. Stuff does happen. But it happens to good people, it happens to bad people. It just happens, you know? Accidents happen all the time. And I'm sorry you can't really see me. I'm going through a dark area right here. So... But... You know, one thing too, though, is like, you know, people definitely need to quit profiling because that's some bullshit. Oh, sorry, and there was a wheelchair right there, and it's just in the middle of the road, and he's wearing all black. The wheelchair's all black. There's no reflectors on it. It's really hard to see it. I just wanted to make sure that vehicle didn't hit it. So, you know, there's all sorts of different topics to talk about, and if you have one, let me know. We can talk about more than just one a week. We'll just do a primary, I guess. But as far as like, you know, we finally got some people in here. I mean, Beverly commented, which thank you for that, Beverly, and I agree with what you said. She commented about the mother thing, actually, about, you know, being a bad parent, stuff like that, which I don't know Beverly's parenting exactly, but I did know her when she was younger, and she was always really caring. So the fact is if Beverly's half as good as parent as I think that she could have been, then, I mean, she's probably a great parent. As far as, I'm not going to use her last name. If you get on the, obviously you're going to see it. She's there. So, you know, as far as that, you know, you are putting yourself out there. One thing that I'm getting a lot, though, from people, including my wife, is like, she was all worried about doing a video. She was like, well, what do I talk about? People don't want to hear me. Dude, I feel that way too, honestly. I feel like nobody wants to hear me. I did order a new GoPro case so that I can actually start doing these videos too with just the mic next to me, and you can actually kind of see the area. If you're from Junction, then, you know, it's cool to see your area on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, right? If not, then you get to kind of see something cool. Colorado's very beautiful. It's cold as shit, so it's awesome to see it from a video and not be cold. So, if you're cold, that's your problem, because you're the one that has your heat not on, I guess. But past that point, it looks like, oh, sorry. Past that point though as well, there is the whole fact that there's the fact that, you know, like I said, there's just a lot of profiling. It's pretty bull, actually, if you think about it. And one thing about it is, you know, why do we profile? Why? Because we're self-conscious about ourselves, because we think low about ourselves, so we choose to act higher and think low about someone else. Because you're self-conscious about yourself, you're gonna make somebody else feel bad. How is that right? They might be fine. They might have a good time going, might have a great life and everything. Why would you mess that up? So at that point in time, like, just think about that. And everybody watching this, everybody commenting and being a part of this, you should think about it too. I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you're bad people, but just think about next time you look at somebody. I definitely have since I started making these videos. Just when you look at someone, you're like, oh my God. All right, so like I saw this guy at work, and I'm like, oh my God, that guy looks like a freaking retard. You know what? Why bother? You know, I'm self-conscious about some of the things that I look on my looks, and I'll admit to that. So that's why I look down on other people for their looks. I know that's why. I definitely understand that. As far as the rest, you know, like, you know, the big things to really focus on this week, I think, oh, and that was the other thing I was going to give a shout out to Jake. No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jake. He's a guy I ride with sometimes. I don't know his last name very well, but I'm not going to mention it anyways. Obviously, like I said, you'll see him. Because he did comment. He used to have dreadlocks. He was profiled by police all the time. The other thing, too, is Jake's a motorcycle rider. Like I was just saying, we ride together here and there, which, Jake, if you're watching this, I hope to have my bike back pretty soon. So it's at the shop right now, and hopefully they get her all fixed up. So you're not going to be able to see me for a minute because I'm heading inside. So, but the whole thing, too, though, is, you know, Jake and I get profiled all the time about, you know, especially in this town. That's one thing. I will profile this. These cops here, state troopers, are the worst. I've literally been blamed. I've been hit 6 times on my motorcycle. I mean, I've laid it down a few more times. I used to race on a circuit too, so I've laid it down a lot. Different ones. But I've been hit by 6 different vehicles on different bikes. That's bull. And I've literally gotten blamed for several of them. Now, I've gone to court and fought them, stuff like that, but, you know, immediately, like, I get blamed. This last time, I'll say I immediately got blamed. I got hit by a truck. I was in my lane waiting to turn, and a truck did not see me because they were texting, by the way, and hit me. That's not my fault, and how dare that police officer blame it on me? I mean, he literally wrote me a ticket for it.
What?
as far as all the rest, though, you know, it's just one of those, like I said, you know, definitely look in the mirror before you think about something like that. Oh, there's the gun. That's not a real gun. Definitely look in the mirror before you know, think about yourself before you go ahead and profile somebody else and think about what they look like and everything. That's not fair. The other thing is, like I said, group or page, make that decision. You know, everybody comment whatever you want. And then the other thing is, if the name needs to be changed, go ahead and let me know. For now on, though, for this, like I said, I'll try and make a little better commitment about making these videos. But as far as right now, I'm going to head out of here and go eat because I just got off of work and it's like 8:50 p.m. And I got to go back to work in the morning. So, yeah, so I'll talk to you all later. Hopefully I see some more videos, some more comments, some more people joining in, liking, and sharing. As far as the rest, Ducky out. Have a good one.